Here's a startling truth. What you've been told about cholesterol might be dangerously incomplete, and it could be putting you at serious risk of a stroke. Because it's not just about following your doctor's advice or lowering your LDL, the real threat lies in something far sneakier: soft plaque. The unstable buildup in your arteries that can rupture without warning, triggering a stroke in seconds. But there's good news. Today, we're counting down 5 powerful, science-backed nutrients that can help stabilize, cleanse, and protect your arteries from this hidden danger. And we'll finish with a truly remarkable discovery: a natural enzyme from Japan with over 1,000 years of healing history. And now, cutting-edge science to back it up. Number 5. Tocotrienols, the superior form of vitamin E. Most of what you've heard about vitamin E failing to protect the heart is based on a major scientific misunderstanding. Here's my perspective from analyzing the history of the research. Vitamin E is not a single compound. It's a family of 8 related molecules, divided into 2 branches: 4 tocopherols and 4 tocotrienols. For decades, nearly all the large multi-million-dollar studies focused on only one of these, and not even the most powerful one, alpha-tocopherol. They essentially bet on the wrong horse. When those studies came back with disappointing results, the message that spread worldwide was, vitamin E doesn't work. But that isn't the whole story. The research didn't fail, it was incomplete. They ignored the other 7 members of the family, especially the tocotrienol branch, which is like a special ops team compared to the infantry soldier tocopherol. So what can tocotrienols do that their well-known sibling can't? The fundamental issue is inflammation, the slow, simmering fire that damages our artery walls. The unique structure of tocotrienols, with their shorter, more flexible tail, allows them to move through cell membranes 40 to 60 times more effectively. This superior mobility means they can extinguish the flames of inflammation right at the source with far greater power. They aren't just an upgrade, they are designed for the job. When you pick up a bottle of vitamin E, flip it over. If the label only says D-alpha-tocopherol, you're holding the form used in those older, less effective studies. Instead, look for products that clearly state full-spectrum vitamin E or mixed tocotrienols. This ensures you get the benefit of the entire family, not just a single isolated member. This knowledge also empowers you to have a more productive conversation with your doctor. Instead of asking a general question, you can start a more informed dialogue. Try this. Doctor, I've learned that the older studies on vitamin E mostly used alpha-tocopherol alone. What is your perspective on using a full-spectrum vitamin E that includes tocotrienols to help fight inflammation? A question like this shows you are an engaged partner in your health and opens the door for a more valuable discussion. Quenching inflammation is a vital first line of defense. But what if calcium has already started to accumulate in your arteries? How do we begin to address that buildup? Number 4. We look at an ancient remedy that has been validated by modern science: aged garlic extract. The problem goes beyond soft plaque. It's also about calcification. This is a process that causes your arteries to become hard, brittle, and lose their elasticity, much like an old, corroded water pipe. When arteries stiffen, blood pressure naturally rises, and the risk of a plaque rupture becomes significantly higher. This is a silent but extremely serious risk factor. The special aging process for this garlic not only reduces its pungent odor, but more importantly, it creates highly stable and biologically active antioxidant compounds. You can think of these compounds as a hard-working maintenance crew. Their job is to slow the deposit of calcium into the artery walls, helping to keep your body's pipes flexible and supple. Numerous human clinical studies have highlighted the impressive ability of aged garlic extract to significantly slow the progression of arterial calcification. It is critical, however, to make sure you choose the right product, specifically aged garlic extract, not common garlic powder. And as always, please consult your physician before adding it to your regimen, especially if you are taking blood-thinning medication. Doctor, I'm concerned about my arterial stiffness and my potential calcium score, not just my LDL number. What are your thoughts on using aged garlic extract as a long-term strategy to help slow arterial calcification? See the difference? You're no longer a passive patient, you're an informed partner in your own health strategy. You're addressing the why behind the numbers. Slowing the process is an excellent defensive strategy, but is there a way to proactively protect the artery walls from damage in the first place? The answer may lie in the bark of a special European tree. Number 3. Pycnogenol. Arriving at the third spot on our list is pycnogenol, a unique and well-researched extract from the bark of the French maritime pine tree. The inner lining of your arteries, known as the endothelium, is under constant attack from free radicals, unstable molecules generated by metabolism and environmental factors. This assault creates microscopic nicks and scratches on the artery walls. It is in these tiny, damaged spots that cholesterol and other substances can easily latch on, beginning the formation of a plaque. Pycnogenol acts like a powerful, rust-proof coating for the inside of your arteries. As one of the most potent antioxidants known, it helps neutralize these damaging free radicals, thereby protecting the integrity of the artery wall. Beyond that, it has also been shown to help the body boost its production of nitric oxide, NO, a crucial molecule that helps blood vessels relax and widen, which in turn improves blood circulation. Studies have looked at pycnogenol's role in improving endothelial function and supporting circulatory health. While this is a well-studied supplement, its value for your individual health should still be evaluated by a medical professional. Always consult with your doctor. Try this. Doctor, beyond my cholesterol numbers, I'm becoming very focused on my endothelial function. I understand that poor nitric oxide production can lead to arterial stiffness. What are your thoughts on proactive strategies to support my body's own NO production and maintain vascular flexibility? So, we've talked about protecting the artery wall, but what happens if the enemy, in this case calcium, is already inside the body and simply going down the wrong path? Our number 2 nutrient will help us solve one of the greatest paradoxes in health. And now, we arrive at our runner-up, vitamin K2. This is the answer to one of health's greatest paradoxes. How do you get calcium into your bones and keep it out of your arteries? We're often told to take calcium for strong bones, yet we simultaneously fear the calcification of our arteries. Isn't that a contradiction? The truth is, the problem isn't the calcium itself, but where it ends up. Calcium in your bones is a great thing, but calcium deposited in your arteries is a disaster waiting to happen. Think of vitamin K2 as your body's intelligent and diligent traffic cop. It activates specific proteins that act as guides. When calcium comes along, these proteins, under the command of K2, essentially say, "You go to the bones and teeth." At the same time, they put up a barrier, preventing calcium from being deposited in the soft tissues of the artery walls where it can cause harm. The famous Rotterdam study, which followed thousands of people for a decade, showed a powerful link between higher vitamin K2 intake and significantly better cardiovascular health. However, and this is the most critical point you need to understand, vitamin K2 can directly interact with anticoagulant drugs like warfarin. Absolutely do not take K2 on your own if you are on these medications without strict medical supervision and approval. Controlling calcium is a game-changing step, but what if we could directly target the very protein net that holds plaques and clots together? Here's a powerful truth that's been overlooked for far too long. It's not just your cholesterol number that determines your stroke risk. It's the type of plaque hiding in your arteries. You see, the most dangerous threat isn't the hard plaque your doctor often talks about. It's the soft, unstable plaque, a silent killer that can rupture without warning and trigger a life-altering stroke in seconds. The good news? You're not powerless. In today's countdown, we'll reveal 5 proven nutrients, each backed by science, that can help stabilize this soft plaque, support cleaner arteries, and reduce your stroke risk from the inside out. And at number 1, we'll introduce a legendary enzyme from Japan, used for over 1,000 years and now recognized by modern research as a natural weapon in the fight against stroke.